Former Nigerian Minister of Information Alhaji Lai Mohammed has revealed how fake news circulated on social media threatened his marriage. Mohammed recounted an incident where his wife confronted him at 3 a.m. over false allegations of operating a foreign account containing $1.3 billion. Addressing the broader implications, Mohammed emphasized the need for media platforms to combat fake news effectively. Legit.ng journalist confirmed this, brought this out as the former Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, recounted how fake news peddled on social media threatened his 40-year-old marriage. Mohammed spoke in Lagos at an event to commemorate the 90th birthday anniversary of Professor Wole Soyinka. Wole Soyinka don't reach 90 years. Africa's first Nobel laureate for literature. The ex-minister also recalled that the menace of fake news was one of his challenges in office as minister, Vanguard reported. Sharing how social media threatened his marriage, Mohammed said his wife read online that he was operating a foreign account which contains $1.3 billion. He said sometime in 2018, his wife woke up at about 3 a.m. and asked him if he was fully awake as there were some serious issues to discuss. The former minister said the accusation his wife levied against him was a bombshell. The cable also reported, "Daddy, death can come knocking at any moment. Please let me also, as your wife, be a signatory to your overseas account in Ali Financial, which contains $1.3 billion. Mohammed quoted his wife as saying, he said he could not believe that his wife could take hook, line and sinker the fake story in circulation, crediting humongous sum of money in overseas accounts to government functionaries, ministers under former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. He said, I spent the next 2 hours or so sweating to convince my wife that there was no iota of truth in the allegation, he said. The Kwara-born politician said he had to explain why it is mathematically impossible for him to have such an amount of money even if he managed to divert the funds allocation to his ministry. I explained to her that there is no year my capital budget exceeded $5 billion, 5 billion naira, which as about a 400 to a dollar was just $12.5 million. I explained that even if I managed to divert every kobo of it to my personal account, it would take at least 104 years to have the sum of $1.3 billion being peddled that I still, he said. Responding to his explanation, Mohammed said his wife insisted that the whole world believe the story and that her friends had as a result besieged her with all kinds of requests. She said every effort on her part to deny the existence of these foreign accounts only succeeded in depicting her in the minds of her friends as a selfish, greedy and uncaring friend. Is my wife truly convinced of my innocence? The answer is in the mind. It's in the wind, the minister said. Mohammed noted that fake news has far-reaching consequences, adding that the menace has become exponential through the use of artificial intelligence, noting that even the media is at risk of losing its credibility because of the proliferation of fake news on social media. The former minister advised media platforms to take decisive decisions to combat the scourge of misinformation. He added that social media platforms and other intermediaries responsible for amplifying disinformation and misinformation should be held responsible. You can imagine. That is one thing I don't understand. You went for a birthday party, so what has politics got to do? Well, that is how the nonsense they always do. The question is that the manner at which you guys have run this country is how it ought to be. You try to convince Nigerians that you governed well, you did well, but see where Nigeria is. So you are now afraid. Even your wife as well could not even believe that you don't have such amount of money, because if really your wife believes in you, if she believes in you, she wouldn't even bother to ask, because she knows that you don't have such an amount of money, because they know what all of you are capable of doing. So if your wife, It could take you how many hours to explain to your wife, even as at when you were saying or talking about this story, you don't even know whether your wife believe it or not, but it took you 2 hours. So how many people are you going to be explaining to? Because she's your wife, that's why you had the time and you were sweating, but because she believed that it could happen. And are we going to be doubting it? The Malami of this world, Sabiu, the rest of them who work, we know, and this Adi Sirika, the former minister of aviation, we know how much they have been alleged that they have stolen. None of them is being talked about. Even Emefiele, see the allegations levied against him. He has not even been able to defend himself out of this whole thing. So if your wife could not believe you, now Nigeria, you made they believe you. Then see, you are talking about fake news, but the bad governance you people have dished out to the Nigerian people is what everybody is suffering. No matter what, whether you have a $1.3 billion or whatever, you are not going to suffer. But see the way you people govern Nigeria for 80 years, and you are going there to go and talk about a fake news. But the evil that you guys are doing, you won't talk about it. You will not talk about it. Yes, let's hear what Nigerians are saying. That is good. Is it not the same fake news is spread when he is in office with his political master Boo Boo? Who sabi lie pass you, Mr. Liar? Would you ever agree that you have such an amount? Can't you remember what Buhari was paying into your bank account by every lie you told Nigerians? There are a lot of errors here. Speak as okay. You are a fake person as well. Throughout your tenure, you lied to the nation on your information, so no one can believe you. What a great advice to the press, but this can only work if you leaders in diaspora can stop corruption practices within your area of service and be fair in discharging your duties without prejudice. Exactly. So fake news hot right is paining you that that likes fake and tell lies, okay, and you like fake news and whatever you tell lies, that's what the person is trying to let us know. Okay, you are supposed to be in prison by now. Only the lies you tell Nigeria is enough for you to be behind bar. See, they will, you see, after they have done all manner of rubbish, they will come and be telling people. Thank God the internet does not forget. They will go and bring everything of the nonsense people do. Lai Mohammed was the fake minister who used to tell lies when in power and is just reaping the fruits of his lies. In 1983 or so, late Obafemi Awolowo warned Shagari's government about the state of economy, but the spokesman of the PFN debunked the claim, saying that the economy was buoyant. But few weeks later, Nigeria was in economic crisis and with its attendant cash crunch, which led to the military takeover. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.